Hello guys, welcome to my channel and today I'm here to talk about episode number 7 and 8 of the case study of Vanitas. And I'll keep the episode number 7 review short, so let's just first get into that. So we mostly focused on the love story between Vanitas and Jan, and also between kind of like Domi and Noe. So that's what the main episode was about. It was mainly comedy and focused on their relationship. And honestly, I am actually enjoying Vanitas and Jan's relationship. I am actually enjoying it, and I don't know what else to say. I'm enjoying the relationship, and also the comedy as always in this show is good. It's just a cute kind of comedy, the chibi version of it. It's just really good. Okay, the comedy is good. And sorry if I sound a bit tired because I am tired and sleepy. So I just want to make the video before I go to sleep. So if I do sound a bit tired, I'm sorry for that, but let's continue. So yeah, as I said, it was mostly focused on that. And it seems like Domi, of course, she likes Noe, but for right now, it doesn't seem like Noe likes Domi in that way. And also their way of showing affection to each other is pretty not normal, at least in case of Vanitas and Jan, because Vanitas likes to get his blood sucked by Jan, and Jan likes to suck. Jan sucking Vanitas' blood, and for her it being good makes sense. But the other side, it's weird and it's not normal. But as I said, I still enjoyed it. It's super fun seeing them together. And also it seems like Lucius, he kind of likes Jan, so that's what it seems like. And there was one thing also happened in, was it that episode or episode number 8? I don't remember exactly, but there was, I think so it would be in episode number 8. So let's just go on and talk about episode number 8. Okay, so there was one scene where Vanitas went to meet Ruthven, and he kind of provoked him to just see a reaction of Lucius. And it was either the queen is dead, that's what he gathered from it. Or at first, when I was okay, Lucius didn't have any response to Vanitas saying this stuff. So is Lucius a human? But his brother is, which they were don't mention that guy's name. So I guess we'll get to know what happened to his brother actually, because Lucius didn't even have any big of a reaction when Ruthven said that don't mention that brother, so I don't know what exactly is going on there. And also this show, a mystery keeps on piling up and up, because we were introduced to a new group whose name I'm not gonna try to pronounce because I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but whatever. It was, let's say one of the paladins was Roland, and he's one of the 12 captains. So yeah, he injected something into his neck and he just started glowing green. So I guess they get to know that in the next episode, how those powers exactly work. And Vanitas and Noe, when they were just going around underground the church, and Roland showed up and he was acting like a goof. I was there's no way this guy is that big of a goof. He knows what's going on, and he's definitely just acting like he's a goof and he's gonna catch them off guard. And that's what he did. He imprisoned Vanitas and then use some kind of a flashbang which affects vampires, because just destroys their vision. It makes their vision really it makes for them difficult to see. And the fight was just starting. That's where the episode ended. So also seeing Ruthven when he just grabbed Noe by his throat, by his neck. Ruthven seems like he is definitely one of the strongest, possibly the strongest right now, because if the queen seems to be dead, I suppose he might be the strongest, because everything happened in an instant. Even that witch couldn't do anything, neither Noe. So it seems like Ruthven's kind of a beast when it comes to strength, at least. And of course we still don't know much about Ruthven. Of course we'd like to know more, and we still haven't seen the queen. We saw someone, and Lucius was sitting right next to that person. That person was laying on the bed. We just saw the hand and it seemed like it was the queen. So Well, as I said, like this show, there are a lot of mysteries, and kind of start to unfold some, and then we get more new mysteries. And also one more thing, Dante and those other group with Vanitas, they are half vampires and half humans. So they just threw that information there, and there was no build up to it, nothing. They were just like, okay, yeah, we are just half vampires and half humans. That's it. So also one more thing, Noe's teacher, he does not like Ruthven. For what reason, we don't know. And also, like, Ruthven was the one, like, he's a peacemaker between the humans and the vampires. Of course, it makes sense that he's that high of, like, he's at the second, I guess, rank advisor of the queen. So he's just below the queen. Makes sense that he is definitely up there and is the peacemaker between humans and vampires. So yeah, all in all, a decent episode. The episode number 7 kind of felt like, slice of life-ish, which I'm fine with watching. And episode 8 was where it was more like story driven, and I enjoyed both of them. As I said, I liked their relationship between Jan and Vanitas. I enjoy that. And episode 8 was just good story, more new mysteries coming up and getting some answers here and there. So yeah, that's it for episode number 7 and 8. Let me know what did you guys feel about them in the comments below, and I will be here for episode number 9 next week. So till then, have a great time. I'll meet you in the next one.